Ukrainian FPV drone brutally attacks a group of Russian infantry fleeing from battle. In a recent operation, Ukrainian FPV drones were deployed by the Marlet unit of Ukraine's 31st Separate Mechanized Brigade to target a group of Russian infantry fleeing from battle in Novosilka, Donetsk region. The footage reveals the drone crew receiving orders to engage Russian soldiers, including one who was hiding in a building and another exposed on an open road. During the initial strike, one soldier was injured, but subsequent drone flights revealed that he had survived and expressed a desire to surrender. The Ukrainian drone operator observed hand signals indicating the soldier's intention and guided him towards Ukrainian positions. This incident mirrors a similar event involving the 13th Operational Brigade of the Ukrainian National Guard, where FPV drones were used to assist another Russian soldier in surrendering. In that case, the soldier, upon noticing the drone, disarmed himself and signaled his intent to surrender, leading to his safe extraction by Ukrainian forces. These instances highlight the evolving dynamics of warfare, where drone technology plays a crucial role in both combat and facilitating surrenders. Russian troops near Lyman are growing increasingly desperate to evade Ukraine's expanding network of FPV drones, detecting their movements and attempted infiltration assaults every step of the way. Their latest attempt at concealment. The goal of the Russian forces in this area is to take the town of Lyman to eliminate Ukrainian control east of the Donetsk and Oskol rivers, and facilitate larger future operations in taking the Donbass. On the northern flank, the Russians are trying to expand their foothold over the Zherebets River. Meanwhile, to the south, Russians are stuck in the Serebryansky forest due to a tight network of Ukrainian bunkers. However, in the center, the 60th Mechanized Brigade has held the line for the past 2 years, as Russians try desperately to break through for a direct advance on Lyman. To hold the front line, the 60th Mechanized Brigade soldiers used remote mining to scatter landmines on Russian avenues of attack, heavily complicating their logistics and disrupting mechanized assaults before they could reach Ukrainian lines. Furthermore, raids carried out by elite infantry assault units in combination with drone reconnaissance allow the Ukrainians to detect and eliminate Russian forces in fortified trench networks that may be preparing for assaults. So instead, Russians are relying on small infantry assault groups to infiltrate through the tree lines, forests, and settlements, making them much harder to detect. To counter this, Ukrainian forces use drones equipped with infrared and thermal cameras to detect Russian troop movements by identifying heat signatures, even through forest cover and natural concealment, giving them a significant advantage in terms of reconnaissance. The utility of these thermal imaging drones is twofold, as they not only detect Russian movements during the day, but also at night, effectively diminishing any conventional Russian concealment they try to take advantage of. Despite Russian efforts to use suits and blankets to camouflage their heat signatures, Ukrainian drones have demonstrated the ability to identify and target such concealed soldiers regardless. While the thermal cloaks reduce the heat signature of Russian soldiers, the silhouette of the cold spots is often still visible, allowing for their detection if Ukrainians can spot these dark spots in time. However, these countermeasures are still very effective. But as most Russian units do not have thermal cloaks, Russians had to get creative, finding new and strange ways to try and infiltrate Ukrainian lines without detection. Some Russian soldiers took desperate measures, camouflaging themselves with simple trash bags, which was a natural recipe for disaster. The front line, especially areas surrounding dense trench lines and positions, is surrounded by scattered trash used by soldiers on both sides, so trash bags are common to see. However, human-sized trash bags walking and stopping out in the open are less common, immediately triggering red flags for Ukrainian drone operators monitoring the line, because the trash bags also completely blinded them to their surroundings. They were unaware they had already been spotted by Ukrainian drones, and that Ukrainian FPVs were rapidly approaching their location, killing them both nearly simultaneously. Unfortunately for Russians, the detection and subsequent destruction of these two soldiers correctly alerted Ukrainians to the fact that Russians might launch further assaults in the area. As Ukrainian drones took to the skies, they were easily able to detect the virtually blind Russian soldiers running around, hiding under the plastic coverings. Deaf to the Ukrainian drones hanging above them, they were easy targets for drone-dropped grenades. In the end, the 60th Mechanized detected and destroyed 14 Russian trash bag-wearing soldiers in the fields and tree lines, as once again another Russian ploy had failed. Ukrainian use of drones with thermal imaging forced Russian soldiers to resort to the most desperate measures, using trash bags in attempts to cross the gray zone unnoticed and attack Ukrainian positions.